Alright, episode 5 of Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, sorry, I had no memory. I had to figure out how I was going to be able to get this video up. So, it's going to start out with the little cold object that they showed from the end of episode 4 kind of bouncing around on the bottom of the thermal vision camera. And they talk about how like NIDS from 1996 to 2016, they pretty much had the same experiences, during that time. So they're going to want to go ahead. Let's redo the experiment. Let's see if something like this happens again. They're going to invite one of the Sherman's nephews that lived on the ranch with them, like when he was 5 or 6 years old. And he's going to tell them stories, about kind of what happened when he was there. And what he says was, there's a claim, the Sherman said that they had 3 dogs and they would always be getting like spooked at night or something, where they would go chase after something, like a trickster. In this case, it was blue lights. And Mr. Sherman and his dogs went out at night, and it was, I don't know if it was wintertime, but the terrain wasn't very good. It was pretty muddy and stuff. So they went, and the dogs took off, and he went after the dogs, and he followed the dogs' trails. And when he got to where the dogs' trails ended, it looked like a big old circle, like 3 circles, like something just like killed the dogs or something, like vaporized them. This is what the kid says. So he said that they look like something like pretty much vaporized the dog. So something got super hot cylinder and it's boom, gone. Weird claim. So they're gonna go ahead and start the experiment, and they bring out a ton of equipment and with like Geiger counters, everything, and they're gonna replay Rabbi's chant in front of Homestead 2. And when they start doing that, like it slowly, like it starts to heat up like a little bit. And then Thomas, he starts to see like movement back behind Homestead 2, and things are going a little crazy. So Thomas, he runs over there. I think he has Caleb with him, and Travis is back at like the control panel, and he is looking at the thermal imaging, and it looks like the temperature vortex starts to happen again. So it slowly starts coming down to blue. So like a damn portal's freaking opening up again. They see like lights back behind Homestead 2. They go back behind the corner of the house. The temperature vortex has happened. They're saying at this one window they were seeing lights. They go inside. They set up like a temperature gauge in one of the corners of the room, and it's a pretty big, like old school one, and it was on the ground. So the large temperature gauge was just on the ground, and they didn't have a camera pointed at it, but they did have, or they didn't even have like any audio, so it was just gone. So the infrared camera was shooting just a little bit like to the left or right of it, so it just missed it. And then they're looking out the back window and with their thermal imaging goggles, and Travis says he sees movement out there, and he said it's like a big blob, like weird. And then Thomas, so they go running out there, and Thomas says what he sees through his thermal camera was like a 6-foot diameter like circle, and then it like moved, and then I guess it was gone. Travis says like, wow, it's like we've seen maybe these possible portals opening. They haven't seen any monsters walk out of it, but maybe they're not actually catching that, because what if there is really that portal's opening and something's coming out of it? It's transporting from whatever dimension that it's in to our dimension, or level plane of existence, maybe a different plane. Crazy. So anyways, the next morning, they're in the control panel room and they're looking at some stuff, and Thomas comes running in and he said something. Sorry. Thomas comes running in and he says somebody hacked into the Wi-Fi. I got an alert on my phone, and they like kicked them off. And they're like, "What's going on?" Security at the ranch is, for people getting in, and also their Wi-Fi. They got to make sure nobody comes and hacks into their system. That's what it looks like it's doing. And so they pull up some sort of like the signal guide in on the computer, and like Travis is like jumps up out of the seat, like, "What the heck is that?" There is like so many like there's a big signal transmitter coming right in the middle of the ranch, dude. And it's just like taking over everything, and they don't know where, if it's coming from above or below. They have no idea how they got in there. So Travis has an idea. He's like, "I'm gonna run over to my trailer because they set up an antenna that he can like track stuff, because this happened before." And so he finds it, and it's at the southwest of the ranch, and it's moving, and it's a real strong, powerful signal. I mean, you're gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna get into the details, but and Travis is saying like what he thinks it could be, and all of a sudden he loses his train of thought, and he like sits back in his chair, and he's like, "What the heck just happened?" He's like, "I was just gonna," and what he was saying, you have to watch it. What he was about ready to say, that it could have been like aliens, is what he was gonna say, and like something stopped him from saying it. And then Thomas is getting a headache, like, so he takes off, and Dragon goes over there to check on Travis, and he doesn't feel like right about him. Travis is feeling really loopy and stuff. He's like, doesn't know what's going on. So he goes into a big silo, a metal silo, and it like, he said he feels better automatically. So like that metal block, whatever signal, whatever was happening to him, it kind of turned off, and then he felt fine. Very, very interesting stuff there. The signal goes away, and then they call up Thomas, and he comes back. And so I think that's all I can really remember of that episode. Damn, already my 7 minutes. We will see on part 6 already came out. I'm gonna do that one, and then 7's tomorrow night. So later.